Hello children, welcome back. This is Maushami Chakravarti and today I would like to continue with the discussion on the topic private, public and global enterprises. If you have not gone through my previous videos, watch it in my channel. Merits and demerits of government company. Some of the important merits of the government company include quick decision making, efficiency, flexibility, statutory discipline, easy formation, suitability, employment and capital formation as they are totally under the control of the government and interference of any other aspect is not at all possible. Some of the important demerits are political interference, inefficiency and corruption, consumers' exploitation, wastage of resources, lack of motivation, low labor productivity, poor labor management relations, and problems of surplus staff. Moving on to the difference between the different forms of public sector enterprises. Moving on to the departmental undertaking, it is formed as for the orders of the government, its legal position and extension of a government department. The budget of the concerned ministry are concerned for financing. There is no degree of autonomy and the management by the government employees and civil servant are under the hands to recruit the staff. Moving on to the public corporation. Status of parliament or state legislature, it has a separate legal entity. The government provides the initial capital. It has a fair degree of autonomy and it can recruit its own staff. Moving on to the government company, it is registered under the Companies Act of 1956. It has a separate legal entity. Government provide a minimum of 51% of the capital and the balance is raised from the public. It has a high degree of autonomy and it can recruit its own staff. Moving on to the roles and objectives of public sector enterprises. It include help in the rapid economic growth and industrialization of the country and creation of necessary infrastructure for economic development, to earn return on investment and generate resources for development, to promote redistribution of income and wealth, to create employment opportunities, to promote balanced regional development, to promote import substitution, saved and earn foreign exchange for the economy, acts as a countervailing forces and put up an effective competitions of undertaking in private sector and to gain control over the commanding heights of the economy. Moving on to the global enterprises or MNC. The global enterprises are the companies which are functioned all over the world. They are characterized by their huge size, large number of product, advanced technology, marketing strategies and network of operation all over the world. The global enterprises are thus huge industrial organizations which extend their industrial and marketing operation through a network of their branches in the several countries. Examples MNC. Moving on to some of the important merits and demerits of global enterprises, which may include advantages like generation of employment opportunities. The first very important advantages of global enterprises are that it provides employment opportunities to large number of people and to some extent solve the problem of unemployment. Access to research and development, since the capital contribution of these companies are quite huge, so they can move towards research and developmental program. Generate tax revenue. Under the global organization, tax revenues are undertaken and they are accountable also sometime to the government. Earns foreign exchange. The government, since the MNC operates throughout the world, therefore earning foreign exchange becomes tentatively very easy. It promotes international cooperation as the product produced are moved from one place to another, that is one country to another. Therefore, a sense of international cooperation can be hence achieved. Stimulate overall economic growth. When the foreign exchange enters into the country, it automatically improvises and leads to the growth of the economic development of a nation. And finally, being much more indeed needed investment into the country. Moving on to some of the disadvantages of MNC are transfer technology, which is outsided and updated, where one of the various important disadvantage is that with the medium of global enterprises, the technologies as well as the resources often move out of the organization. Next, they do not operate with the national autonomy kills the domestic industries by monopolizing and create artificial demanding. It imposes their culture on the host countries. It ignores the social responsibilities and interested in marketing of profit of any cost. It uses the natural resources of the home country indiscriminately. The next chapter shall be continued in my next video. Stay tuned. Thank you. Have a nice day.